Have you ever said something you thought was harmless, only to realize it cost you everything? My name is Kate, and one joke at my engagement party destroyed the love of my life. It was supposed to be a night filled with laughter, champagne, and promises of forever. But with one careless line, one stupid attempt to make people laugh, I turned the man I loved into a stranger. This is the story of how I lost Benjamin, and the lesson I'll never forget. I always thought engagement parties were supposed to be magical, a celebration of love, commitment, and the promise of forever. Ours was held in a cozy hall, decorated with fairy lights, flowers, and laughter echoing through the night. Friends and family gathered to celebrate us, me and Benjamin, the man I believed I would spend my entire life with. I couldn't stop smiling that evening. My parents looked proud, his mother was crying happy tears, and all our friends were taking turns making toasts. The champagne flowed, the music was soft, and for a moment, I felt like the luckiest woman alive. I kept sneaking glances at Benjamin across the room, the way he laughed, the way he squeezed my hand whenever our eyes met. But then, everything changed. It happened so fast that I didn't even realize the damage until it was too late. Someone asked how we knew we were ready to marry so soon, and instead of giving a serious answer, I made a joke. Just one stupid joke. One line I thought would get laughs and keep the mood light. Honestly, I said, smiling, I just said yes because Benjamin makes more money than me. Who wouldn't? The room erupted in laughter, or at least, that's what I thought. People chuckled awkwardly, glasses clinked, and the topic moved on. But when I turned to Benjamin, his face wasn't smiling. His jaw was tight, his eyes cold. It was like I had stabbed him without even knowing it. That was the moment everything began to unravel. At first, I thought Benjamin was just embarrassed. Maybe he didn't like being the center of attention. But as the night went on, his silence grew heavier. Every time someone came to congratulate us, he forced a polite smile. But when no one was looking, his expression hardened. I tried brushing it off. It was just a joke, I whispered at one point, touching his arm. But he pulled away. Not dramatically, not enough for others to notice, but enough for me to feel the sting. We'd always had such a playful relationship. Teasing, inside jokes, silly banter that made everyone say we were relationship goals. So why did this joke feel different? Why did it feel like I had crossed some invisible line I didn't even know existed? By the time the party ended, I felt a pit growing in my stomach. Benjamin drove us home in silence. No music, no laughter, no warmth. Just the sound of his hands gripping the steering wheel. When we pulled into the driveway, he finally spoke. "Is that really how you see me?" he asked quietly. My heart dropped. "What? No! Benjamin, it was just a joke!" He shook his head. "You made me look like a paycheck. In front of my family. In front of my friends. Do you have any idea how that feels?" I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I wanted to explain, to tell him it wasn't serious, that I loved him more than anything. But he had already walked inside, leaving me in the car, trembling. That night, for the first time in our relationship, we slept in separate rooms. The days that followed felt like torture. I tried everything to break the silence, making his favorite breakfast, sending little texts, even writing him a letter. But Benjamin kept his distance. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't cruel, but his silence was worse. It felt like I was slowly watching him slip away, and I couldn't stop it. I replayed the moment over and over in my head. The joke, the laughter, his face. Why had I said it? Why did I think it was funny? I knew he worked hard, harder than anyone I knew. His career wasn't just his job. It was his pride, his identity, and I had reduced it to a punchline. When I finally gathered the courage to talk, he was sitting at the dining table with his laptop open. I stood there, my hands shaking. "Benjamin, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You know I don't care about money." He didn't even look at me. "Maybe you should have thought of that before you said it in front of everyone." Tears stung my eyes. I was nervous, okay? People were asking so many questions, and I panicked. I said something stupid. "Please don't let this ruin us." He closed his laptop slowly and finally looked at me. His eyes were tired, filled with something I had never seen before, doubt. "I don't know if I can marry someone who makes me feel like a joke." Those words cut deeper than anything. The next week felt like walking through fog. Benjamin was present physically, but emotionally, he had disappeared. He answered my questions in clipped sentences, avoided eye contact, and when I tried to talk about the engagement, he would change the subject. I couldn't understand it. I kept replaying that one joke, trying to find the exact moment he had turned cold. I knew I had been careless, but I never imagined a single line could tear us apart so completely. Every night, I would lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wishing I could rewind time. I wanted to go back to the party, take a deep breath, and never speak. But I couldn't. And I couldn't reach him, either. One evening, I tried to sit down with him over dinner. "Benjamin, we can't keep living like this," I said, my voice trembling. He sighed, rubbing his temples. "Kate, it's not just that one joke, it's what it made me realize. I don't feel like you respect me the way I thought you did. Maybe I was fooling myself." Those words hit me harder than any insult could. Respect, that's what he wanted. And in one careless moment, I had shattered it. I didn't want to admit it, but a part of me knew he might be right. I spent that night crying silently, unsure if I could ever repair what I had broken. The laughter from the engagement party felt like a cruel mockery now, echoing in my mind every time I closed my eyes. As the tension between us grew, our friends began to notice. Some tried to console me, others gently pulled Benjamin aside. But the more people intervened, the worse it seemed. Their sympathy felt like a reminder of my failure. "Maybe he's overreacting," one friend told me. "It was just a joke, Kate. You didn't mean anything by it." I shook my head. "You don't understand," I said. "It wasn't just a joke to him. It was everything. I hurt the man I love." Benjamin, on the other hand, started spending more time away. Work became an excuse. Late nights became the norm. Every text I sent went unanswered. Every call ended in a brief, curt reply. I felt abandoned, but I also understood why he needed space. I had caused this. I tried to make small gestures, but nothing seemed to reach him. The more I tried, the more frustrated he became. Our love, once so easy and natural, had become a battlefield of misunderstandings and regrets. One night after another silence-filled dinner, Benjamin finally snapped. "I can't do this anymore, Kate," he shouted. "I can't marry someone who thinks it's funny to humiliate me." I froze. "Benjamin, please. I didn't mean it. I love you." "You don't get it," he yelled, voice cracking. "It's not just the joke, it's the way you laughed, the way you didn't think about me. I feel like I don't matter to you." The argument burned until midnight, and I thought that was the worst of it, until the next morning. My phone buzzed nonstop, messages, tags, group chats. Someone had posted a short video clip from the engagement party, just 10 seconds long. My voice joking about Benjamin's money, the guests laughing, the camera panning to his cold expression. The caption read, "When she says the quiet part out loud." Within hours, it had been shared by friends of friends. Even people from his office had seen it. Benjamin stood in the kitchen, staring at his phone. "So now the entire city gets to laugh at me too?" he said quietly. Tears welled up in my eyes. "I swear I didn't post it. Someone else. It doesn't matter," he said. "It's out there. That's who they think you are now. That's who I am, the man who bought his fiancée." He left the room before I could explain. That was the night I realized it wasn't just private shame anymore. It had become public. The next morning, Benjamin came into the kitchen with his suitcase. My heart sank instantly. "I think we need a break," he said quietly, eyes red from another sleepless night. "I need time to think. I can't live like this, Kate. Everywhere I go, people whisper." I reached for him, desperate. "Please, don't do this. We can fix it. I'll delete the posts. Talk to whoever filmed it." He shook his head. "It's not about the video anymore. It's about what it revealed. You said it because a part of you thought it was funny." He didn't hug me. He didn't look back. As he walked out the door, suitcase in hand, I caught a glimpse of a notification on my phone, another share of the video, another string of laughing emojis. It felt like my heart was being shared right along with it. Weeks turned into months. The clip faded from social media, but the damage remained. Benjamin didn't call. He didn't text. I felt the emptiness like a physical weight pressing down on me. Every time I saw a couple laughing or celebrating, I was reminded of my failure. I tried therapy, journaling, anything to process the grief, but no words could undo the moment that destroyed our trust. I learned that love isn't just about laughter and joy, it's about respect, understanding, and never underestimating the impact of your words. I thought about Benjamin every day, wondering if he had moved on, if he had forgiven me silently, or if the man I loved was gone forever. One day, months later, Benjamin called. My heart raced, hope and fear colliding. "Kate," he said, his voice calm but distant, "I've had time to think. I'm not sure we can go back to what we were, but I wanted to hear your voice. I wanted to know that you've changed, that you understand what happened." I swallowed back tears. "I do, Benjamin. I understand now. I take full responsibility. I love you more than anything, and I would never hurt you like that again." He was quiet for a long time. "We'll see," he finally said. "I don't know what the future holds, but maybe we can start talking again." It wasn't a promise, but it was a start. I've lived every day since that engagement party with a sense of caution, a reminder of how one careless moment can change everything. I learned that love is fragile, and words have power far beyond what we imagine. Benjamin and I didn't get our fairy tale ending, at least not yet, but I've grown, and I've learned that regret, while painful, can also teach you humility, patience, and the importance of respect. Sometimes, I close my eyes and replay that night, hoping that one day, Benjamin and I will find a way back to each other. And even if we don't, I carry the lesson with me forever. Never underestimate the weight of a joke, and never take for granted the man you love.
If this story taught me anything, it's that love is fragile and words have power. Sometimes it isn't betrayal or lies that destroy relationships. It's the little things, a careless joke, a moment of pride, something you can't take back once it's said. So, if you're listening to this, cherish the people you love, think before you speak, and never, ever take a heart for granted. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever lost someone because of regret or learned a hard lesson in love, you're not alone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more real stories from lies and regrets. Until next time, take care of yourself and of those who truly care for you.